it is, and I'm wearing the wrong glasses, so I can't see the clock in front of me. It's 1:20 a.m., and we have our youth intake. I'm playing ahead to get to the semifinal cup games, and the youth intake came up. I have not looked at it. They say it's an excellent intake, excellent group of players. If I scroll down, I've got one really elite, I have one elite talent, 3 top talents, and a bunch of good talents, and some not so good talents. But we're going to take a look at this guy here, Dalibor Nikolovsky. 6'6", jeep. He's got no strength to speak of. 18 teamwork, 11 decision making, places shots, comes deep to get the ball, 13 jumping reach, only 5 heading. Wow. 16 years old. 1.5 star current ability, 4.5 star potential ability. Flying forward, balanced personality, rangy striker. Contract. Approach to sign. 275, 300. Add clause. Optional contract extension. Can I get 2 years? Suggest terms. I can. Ooh. Then we have Goran Dimitrov. 1 star current ability, 3.5 star potential ability. He's not bad. If we compare him to, as an example, Sasko Ivanov, in some ways he's better. In other ways, he's not. I don't know what eccentricity counts for in a keeper. 7's not horrible. I think the higher it is, the more likely they're likely to do things that don't really fit their position, maybe. We will also go ahead and sign him. We'll sign him to a 3-year contract. We got Goran Sprikoski, 1 star current ability, 4 star potential ability. The 4 determination is a bit of a killer. Other than that, he's solid physically. Mentally, he's okay. I mean, all those are going to grow up. Technically, he's not bad either for a defensive right back at 15 years old. Unambitious. Let's see here. Unambitious. Now, let's see if we can't get him in a mentoring group and get that fixed. Contract, approach to sign. 3-year deal. Then Victor Masevsky, a defensive center back. 1 star current ability, 3.5 star potential ability, 13 jumping reach, 13 heading. Not the best strength. Physically, could be worse, could be a lot better. Mentally, that's fairly solid. A 2 off the ball. Well, 3 vision, 14 work. That's kind of bad. The 16 determination is nice, though. Marking's a bit low. Tackling's okay. 15 years old, 6'2". 13 heading, 13 jumping reach. Take a look at some of the other guys who are good talents, allegedly. Dragan Gorgievsky, a midfielder. Low strength, that's not too bad. Again, they're all youth players, so you know those are going to come up. 14 passing, 14 technique, 10 first touch. Again, unambitious. That is annoying, to say the least. Any others? Nikola Velkovsky, a defensive left back. That's not too horrible. Again, unambitious. Wow. Okay, I need to. I'm going to sign him real quick, and then we are going to go here. Unless I already have it over here. I already have it over there. They're just not seeing it. Way to go, Jellicoe. Well, this is disappointing. I mean, if I sort by this. Temperamental, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unambitious players. 1 resolute kid. It's going to be okay. Let's check this out real quick. General manager, Chief Scout, is head of youth development. Zlatko Tenetsky. Picked him because he's ambitious. I got a bunch of unambitious kids. He's He's here until this year. You know, depending on who else is out there, we may or may not resign him. That is just... That's bothersome. Dimitrov could be nice. Nikolovsky could be nice. If he turned into someone really well, I'd be very, very pleased with that. So we got a guy from Spain. That's cool. So I need to sit down. You know what we need to do is save this real quick, and then I need to sit down and go through it and take a look at them. Too much red in some of these guys. It's not a bad youth intake. There's a lot of potential here. I can tell just by looking at some of these players, and even then some of these players here who are maybe at 3-star max, you know, Gorjevsky, he's fairly well-rounded at this point. Now, he's not good, but he's well-rounded. And if he can improve on that and stay on that, then you know, a guy like Dimitrov, who is quite high in the areas that I like. The interesting one is this kid here, Pavel Nedeljkovsky. He strikes me as one of those where he's 1-star, half-star current ability, 2-star potential ability, and this is about as good as he's going to get. So, I don't know. We shall have to wait and see. So that is the youth intake for now. We have Belaska coming up. As you can see, we've done really well on our 2 games since losing to Slavia Prague. So we beat Macedonia, we beat Pandev. And we have a fairly solid youth intake, and I'm really excited to see how some of these guys turn out. So we're going to be back with our matches against Belaska in just a bit. Well, Slavia Prague beat Red Star. Now they're facing Qarabağ in the quarterfinals of the Euro Cup 2. That 9-7 just... You know, there's still some good teams in it. Leicester, Antwerp, Cologne, Partizan, Sparta Prague. You know, it's possible Slavia Prague and Sparta Prague could be playing in the semifinal. Won't that be fun? So, what wasn't fun is that we lost our winning streak at home, and we lost our unbeaten streak again to Rabotnicki. We lost 2-1. Pavlov had a brace of goals. Murati got a penalty kick back in the 71st minute. We had a really good game from a statistical point of view. We just could not get anything done. I'm not calling this an FM job by any stretch of the imagination. We had our chances. We just didn't make it work for us. You know, if this was like 1-1 instead of 5-3, you know, with statistics like this, theoretically speaking, we should have won. Our XG, after all, was 3.35. But Koski stood tall in the goal for Rabotnicki. Pavlov had a really good game, and they did just enough to hang on. You know, I want to be upset about it, but I can't because I'm still upset over Slavia Prague. It's going to take a while to go away. But we beat Macedonia, we beat Academic Pandev, we beat Skandija. The team's healthy. I've picked up a few free agents that are going to be here at the end of the year. The youth players are still training. We've got some good quality there, I think. So we're kind of at that phase now where we're going to be relying more on our youth players, bringing in maybe some older players to supplement the youth players we have. And then it's just going to be a matter of climbing our way up. Now, the big question is, how long do we keep this going for? I mean, this is season 6 at the moment. We're getting farther in the Euro Cup 2. And we had that one good run in the Europa League. So there's got to be a tipping point. I think something big would have to happen behind the scenes. We'd have to get like a couple of really good youth intakes. And by good youth intakes, I mean, you know, 5-star potential, 5-star... I mean, 5-star potential players who stay at the club long enough for us to use them before they get picked up by like a Premier League club or Bundesliga club or something like that. We need a team full of Kushvelis and so on and so forth to make that happen. So, you know, maybe shooting for Champions League glory was a bit too much. Maybe Europa Cup glory or Europa Cup 2 glory is a more attainable goal in the short term. I'm reasonably sure if I was to play this for 30 years, I could win a Champions League eventually with Macedonian players. It's just I don't know that that's going to happen. So what is going to happen today is we're going to play Belaska in the Cup semifinals. So, you know what? Let's take a look at the squad. Wait a minute. 24 March. Yeah, we're there. Okay, so let's take a look at the squad here. We're playing the 4-2-4. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's match fit. I don't want Ilyevsky. I want Bosnovsky. Barty's sitting out because of yellow. Stamkov, I want on the bench. He's going to get more playing time starting next season. And Danovsky, I'm going to move. I can't stand his yellow cards anymore. And the fact that he's literally costing us games is really starting to get on my nerves. To be honest, it was starting to get on my nerves last season too, but where's Ristov? Why is Ristov not here? Is Ristov injured? This is where we're going to go. Okay. Groznovsky in goal. Tisevsky, Vaj, Bosnovsky, and Jankelov's the defensive back four. Murati and Tisevsky as the midfielders. Abaz and Ilyeski as the attacking mids. Dimitrov and Elizi up top as the strikers. I need to make him a central mid. Marko Stanek came to me all upset because it wasn't that he wasn't getting playing time, is that he wasn't getting playing time in his preferred position. And I was like, dude, seriously? I just clicked through that screen, didn't I? I just screwed myself by putting Ilyaski up there. We'll find out in a second, won't we? Pandev to Stoikov. Back to Pandev. Gets it to Spasov. Vitor. Bombs it up the field. Too far. Vaj picks it up. Gets it to Murati. Over to Tisevsky. Threads it through to Abaz. Abaz sends it back out to Tisevsky. Tisevsky sends it to Murati. He lost it in. Oh, the keeper couldn't handle it. Spasov couldn't handle it. Bounced off. Fell right at Elizi's foot. He tapped it in for the easy goal. Spasov should have held on to that. I don't know what happened there. Jankelov on the free kick. Tisevsky. Back to Jankelov. Jankelov to Tisevsky. Lofts it in. Abaz is there, but it hits the post and goes outside. Abaz, the free kick from distance. Sends it into the crowd, but too far. Spasov picks it up. Holds on to it. Boots it long. Oh, it ends up at Kolevsky's foot, and Grozdanovsky, a nice stop. Vaj stops it from going out of bounds, and the highlight ends. And Hazievsky gets the header off the free kick. That was nice. Oh, nice in-swinger. Hazievsky was right there. Beat Bozanovsky. Got in front of Bozanovsky to get his head on the ball and put it in. Halftime, we are 1-0. They've had 5 shots, 4 on target. We've had 8 and 4. 3 half chances to them, 1 half chance to us. We've had a clear-cut chance, and they haven't. We're the favorites. Let's get out there and do a job. You know, we're going to go to the attack. Abaz sends it in. Elizi. Oh, off the crossbar. What happened there? Tisevsky shows Kostovsky. Come on. Let's get this blocked. What happened there, Grozdanovsky? About 65 minutes in, let's take a look at the view here. What happened to all of this? Dimitrov isn't having the best match. So bring Tisevsky on for him. Murati's not doing so hot, so we'll bring on Nikolov for him. Something happened with my views. Not quite sure what. We'll get it figured out. Spasov to Hadzievsky. Vitovsky. Driving forward. Out to Georgiev. Centers it to Kolevsky. Back to Jankulovsky. Kakovsky. Gets it to Kostov. Across the field, Jankulovsky. Kostovsky ends up with it. Not quite sure what happened, but Grosdanowski was able to get a hand on the ball and stop it from going in. Kostovsky knocks the header away. Kalevsky recovers, gets it to Georgiev. Challenged by Boz, and the highlight ends. And Ilyeski just picked up an injury. We'll bring on a Mary for him. Boz sends it in. It's knocked away, but Tasevsky should get it. Gets it to Bosnowski. Vaj. Tasevsky. Laser of a shot, but it's high and left. Sent into the crowd, knocked away. Kostov ends up with it. Gets it to Jankulov. Jankulov driving forward for Balasica. Gets it to Vitor. Scrum in the middle of the field. Kalevsky ends up with it. Vitor. Jankulovsky. Back to Vitor. They're just playing keep away. Vitor to Jankulov. Jankulov to Kalevsky. Driving forward. Crosses it in. Kostov's there, but he heads it high and left. He was well offsides. Well, he wasn't offsides. He was brought in play by Bosnowski. Bosnowski gets the ball to Jankulov. Jankulov gives the ball away to Kostovsky. Marjanovic to Kostovsky to Marjanovic. Georgiev. And Mary intercepts the ball, just lost it down the field, and it's going to go out of bounds. Game should be ending here shortly. 6 minutes of extra time. And that is it. We lose 2-1. This is the wrong time of year to start falling off. Let's see what happened to Ilyeski. 1 to 2 days. That's not too bad. Yeah, I'll give you an improved deal, especially if that means you're staying. Well, you know, things are getting tight with injuries and player fitness when I have to break out the strikerless formation in order to rest more than a few players. It worked out for us. 21 shots, 9 on target, XG 3.1. We shut out Scoopy 2-0. An Ilyeski goal in the 73rd minute, followed by an Antonovsky goal in the 87th minute, put the game away. This was a solid game for us. I'm not really a fan of the shape per se, but it did what I needed it to do, which was let me rest some of my more better attacking players so we could have them on the field today. Now we are playing the 4-3-3. Who is it? Ilyeski picked up an injury last game. He's still out a little with a little bit of a thigh issue. Dimitrov is out for probably 3 weeks. He twisted an ankle this week. Barty is, of course, suspended for too many yellow cards. So it's a decent squad. It's probably not our strongest squad, but it should be good enough to get the job done. So we got Grosdanowski in goal. Wait a minute, he must be. Oh, he must be a goalkeeper. Wow, do I know the wrong thing together? I probably do. We got Grosdanowski in goal. Tasevsky, Vaj, Ilyeski, and Jankulov. I want to move Ilyeski off. No, I want to move Jankulov off and bring on Stamkov. Ilyeski. I want to bring on Bosnowski. Antonovsky is a ball-winning midfielder. Not a huge fan of that. Murati, Nikolaev as the mids, Abbas and Nevsky as the attacking mids, Alizi up top as the striker. We are down a goal. And we need a very good match is what we need. Playing in front of the home crowd. Let's end the season on a high note with a cup victory. But in order to do that, we need to get out of the semifinal first. It's a little bit iffy. Not a huge crowd either. That's disappointing. That is one of the things I've been kind of upset is the wrong word, but it's like, you know, we're doing really well. We had a huge unbeaten streak. We beat some really good teams. We had some really good games, and I can't get more than 15,000, 16,000 fans in the stadium. Marjanovic to Kostovsky on the left side. Gets it to Demi. Demi crosses it in. Kalevsky's there, but he heads it over the crossbar. Stoikov. Oh, Nikolaev steps in front of it, intercepts the ball, gets it over to Nevsky. Nevsky drives forward, centers it. Nikolaev to Alizi, and Spasov, a very nice save. Abaz sends it in. Hadzievsky steps in front of Bosnowski. Abaz sends it in, and Murati can't get it into goal. He heads over the crossbar. And that is halftime. 7 shots, 2 on target for us, 4 and 1 for them. Guys, let's show some desire. We want to win. Babaz from distance. Spasov gets a hand on it, knocks it over the crossbar. Stoikov in the crowd. Knocked away. Kolevsky's going to run it down. Long pass in. And they're saying Stamkov fouled him? Are you kidding me? Unreal. Bring on a Mary for a Boz. Bring on Alakowski, get a second striker up top. Take Antonovsky off. This happened to us last season as well, didn't it? We did really, really well, and then we pissed it away at the end. Hadzievsky sends it up. Kostovsky to Abazi, up to Demi, back to Abazi. Georgiev. Shenkolovsky. Demi knocks it forward, but Kolevsky's not going to get there. Tasevsky ends up with the ball. Long pass towards Alexovsky, and he dinks the keeper and puts it away. It's 6 minutes to make it happen. Interesting pass by Vaj, but it worked. Nice left-footed ball up for Alexovsky, rather. Boy, he tried to miss it, didn't he? Nope, not going to happen. I am far from pleased. I'm upset. Not upset enough to throw a bottle, but I'm upset. Jiminy. This happened last season, too. Holy... You can tell I'm upset. I'm whistling. I mean, the good news is we're 16 points ahead of Scandija. So what I may actually do the rest of the season is start a bunch of the youngsters. We'll come back for the Boric game simply because it's the last game of the season. I'll start a bunch of the youth players and youngsters here, get them some playing time, see how well we do. Push comes to shove, if somebody creeps up on us, I can play the starters the last couple of games and do well there. It's just, holy cow, what on earth was that performance? It's like we gave 110% against Prague and we don't have anything left over in the tank. I mean, it's a good thing we've jumped out ahead as far as we have. Otherwise, I don't know, the pessimist in me says we'd be in some sort of real danger, but I don't know. I am not happy with that performance. So, start looking at players who are ending their contract as well. See if we can't get a jump on some of them. The youth movement's going to be pretty much in full effect next season. But if there's a good older player out there available for the right amount of money who's going to make the squad better, I will definitely look at signing it. So, do a screenshot and take a look at what's going on. I didn't take a screenshot. I didn't take a February screenshot, so I have to take an April screenshot. So let's do that now. It's completely on me. Attributes filtered. Not the best episode. We just did not do enough to win, and it showed. I don't want to say we're coasting on our laurels, but I think maybe what I was talking about earlier, it rings true to a degree. We just left it all on the field against Prague. We're not going to recover from that. So, Krosanowski's on the verge of setting a shutout record. Abaz is on the verge of setting an assist record. Scoring-wise, we're doing really well. We're really spreading the wealth around. I mean, we've got 6 players in double-digit goals, for crying out loud. You know, you can't beat that with a stick. I mean, you can. It'd be useless, but we're turning into a well-rounded club. Assist-wise, Abaz is close to getting the record. We got 2 other players, Marati and Ilieski, on double-digit assists as well, and Elise and Ameri are 1 assist behind from getting double digits. So it's just been an all-around good season. Elise's been a good pickup. Dimitriev's been a solid pickup. He's more than replaced Vardar in terms of production, I think. Maybe a little bit fewer goals, but the 2 strikers up top is working really well for us. So we're crap in the bed. I'm not a fan of it. So we got 6 games to make it right. 5 of them are going to be offline. We're going to come back for Boric, take a look at the end of the season, look ahead towards next year. And the European games are probably going to be our training camp again. But, you know, that's what we're good. That's what we're good enough for. Question, you know what? Let me check something out here real quick. Yeah, we're first qualifying round. So, and it's an opportunity to make some money. And we're doing really well in the money department. We've got $8.4 million in the bank. We've got we got a decent amount of transfer budget to work with. We're probably going to lose a decent amount of that. The scouting budget's a little low. I actually need to increase that because one of the things I did was went and just started scouting all the youth players in Macedonia in the hopes of getting some reports back. So if I go here, player search. So, you know, players like this, granted, he's 15 years old. Cut the previous. So players like this, you know, he's 15 years old, but he's 5-star potential. You know, same with this guy here. And Pandev actually has a really good youth system, so I would trust this more than the other one. So we are just going to go through and take a look at all the high potential players we can. See if there are any diamonds in the rough there we can sneak up on, possibly poach. So that's it. If you did like what you've seen and heard, I appreciate it. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticism, comments, leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM22. I thank you for watching.